That's a tough one because basically not being calm is a function of your emotions. And almost always, whether it's about volatility or other things in the marketplace, your emotions are your enemy, not your friend. The way I've always kind of thought about this is sort of like thinking about a battlefield general of a long time ago, maybe in the Civil War, the night before going into battle. If in fact you have to stay up all night worrying about the battle and thinking about the battle and being nervous about the battle and being afraid of what might happen in the battle, then you don't sleep enough, and the next day in the battle you're not as good as you should be and you're not at peak performance. The best thing to do with volatility is to focus on more real things. Markets bounce around for any reason or no reason all the time. 2% is what the market calls Tuesday. I said that in my 2006 Only Three Questions book. But in reality, for the market to move 10% in 3 weeks, like it has in the last few weeks, is pretty normal. It's not abnormal, and it bounces back just as fast when that happens. Exactly when? I don't know, and there is no way to know. That's part of the problem. But then what people do is they don't want to believe that. They want to believe there's a fundamental, real reason that drives the volatility, and in fact there isn't. Markets bounce around. They're volatile. You knew they were volatile. So what you do is you focus on real things, and you remember that if you liked things before, after downside volatility, they're cheaper, they're better. Rationally, you should think they're more favorable than they were before, and you should look toward the real things and not focus on the short-term noise, and think about what your long-term objectives are and how you accomplish those. The best way to stay calm is to focus on the long term and ignore the short term.